Hello and welcome to TYTSports. Here chilling with the hello homies, Rick and Ben. Ben, how are you? How was the weekend?
It was good. I was very busy. Had a lot of work to do this weekend, getting ready for a trip to Atlanta. So there was much to do. It didn't feel like a weekend, but thank you for asking.
Well, you could even say yesterday, last night, Alex Rodriguez and the Yankees faced the Boston Red Sox. That's Ben's new Starbucks cup. He's showing it off. And Alex Rodriguez was thrown at 4 times. Now, the interesting thing about this, obviously, it was a 3.
He was thrown at 4 times?
Yeah, because it was a 3-0 count, and then he hit him on the 4th pitch.
Right, but he wasn't.
Ryan Dempster.
Yeah, I only looked to me like he only was really thrown at
3 times.
Twice. The one that went sort of behind him, and then the one that hit him.
But couldn't you say that the pitch that was inside had? And by the way, we'll show you the video. We're not allowed to show it, but if you want to click on the video, check the link in the description below. Couldn't you say that I believe it was the 2nd pitch it was really inside, but it wasn't. I understand what you're saying. It was nowhere near the strike zone. Ryan Dempster was clearly throwing.
Yeah, I mean, look, what I saw indicated to me that there were 2. This is a semantic conversation because even with the 2 that I'm counting, it seems pretty clear what was going on.
Yeah, no, totally. Well, I mean, the first pitch went behind his left ankle.
Right.
I mean, that's a clear indication.
And then when it's 3-0, and there's a good chance you're going to lose him anyway, so you hit him. John Farrell, the Red Sox manager, and Ryan Dempster both said that no, he wasn't trying to hit him, just trying to go inside. Which is
seriously?
Yeah. So no one admits that they were trying to hit him ever. It's happened so rarely. Well, what's interesting, there were so many fascinating components to this game. It was riveting.
Yeah, it was.
Stuff.
It was a great game.
Other than ARod comes back, hits a home run to dead center, right? Mm-hmm. And is really
that was a bomb.
Yeah, and is pumped about it.
Yeah.
You know. And then the Yankees come back and win.
Doesn't it look weird when he runs, though? Doesn't it look like a little weird when he runs out of the box? Granted, he wasn't going 100%.
No, I know
he has a bad quad and everything.
Well, the hip. I mean, I think the tip surgeries have forever made him awkward running.
Yeah.
But like he beat out an error by Pedroia that he didn't run that hard on at the beginning because it looked like Pedroia was going to have an easy play to make. Although Pedroia could have gotten 2, I believe, on that. But anyway, you know, like in baseball, if you're hurt, like don't run as hard as you can on a ground ball to second. Like that's okay, you know. And but anyway, that's not the point. So the game had these moments, and then the Yankees ended up scoring 2 runs. They end up winning by 2. Initially during the game, you're dismissing that because the Red Sox came back. But look, the Red Sox hit him. The Yankees, ARod comes around to score.
Brett Gardner had a bases-clearing triple.
Later.
Yeah.
But the Yankees won the game by those runs mattered. Putting ARod on mattered. Like
yes.
If they'd gotten him out, if they'd have made an attempt to get him out, if indeed all 4 pitches were designed to send a message.
So obviously they were punished for beating ARod.
But so that's a part of the story. ARod's home run is a compelling part of the story, and then ARod's reaction is a part of the story. Girardi coming out.
Why is the reaction the part of the story?
Because it's ARod. There was a moment, like a human moment from a robot. Because ARod, who
from iRobot, I assume
from a robot.
Yeah.
That's right, a robot.
Who played Alex Rodriguez in that movie? Who was it?
So as he's rounding the bases, like you'd been thrown at, you've been sort of ostracized. You have to think that even though he is the most clueless person in America, no sense of how other people view him. Like he doesn't. I think he thinks.
You don't think so?
I don't.
think he's just putting on the happy face when he talks to the media, and he's just trying to not say anything that could be brought up to him. Brought up against him in a lawsuit.
He is I don't know who's suing him, but
TJ Quinn was saying the reason he's not saying anything is because it could be brought up in the court of law. So he's not going to say anything.
Well, it could be brought up. I don't know what the legal case is. I mean, I guess if the thought is that the U.S. attorney is going to go after him, I don't know. It could be used in the arbitration. I get why he's not admitting anything.
Yeah.
The idea when he says the fans love me, the city's great, he's clueless about. Like there are a lot of ways to handle this. I feel ostracized. I feel like because I have a suspension, I've let my teammates down.
Yeah, but he would still be criticized, even if he said that. Look at ARod playing the victim.
I don't care who criticizes him. This is what my interpretation.
Okay.
I'm criticizing him because he is, as everyone who's written about him points out, he is detached from reality in that there are bad people who lie and don't say anything. Ryan Braun doesn't show a detachment from reality like ARod. Ryan Braun did some horrible things now.
And you heard the new report, right? That he called the guy an anti-Semite?
The worst. Oh. Ryan Braun took a real problem in the world, anti-Semitism, and made light of it to suit his own gains.
Yeah.
But
It's disgusting.
So ARod pumping his fist was this moment that you don't see from ARod. Let me just keep it that simple.
Okay.
You see authenticity, unquestioned authenticity. You got hit, you're alone, your teammates hate you, the fans hate you, everyone hates you, and you had a moment of F you. And that, you know, that feels good. You're like, ah!
Okay. So I think we agree on this. What happened last night made me actually feel somewhat bad for Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that. I don't, but I hear you.
I do. Like, it just goes to show, at least it did to me, everyone hates him. I don't even know if Brett Gardner, intended to do what he did. I don't know if he meant it deep down when, the benches cleared and he went out there and he had to be restrained by Robinson
Well,
Cano.
he was pissed at the time. Gardner, after the game, said, look, I don't know how I'd feel if he was on a different team, but he's a Yankee. So, I like that.
Right.
But what's interesting is that the Yankees, you can't really get on Girardi because Girardi went out there and got as mad as any manager should at that situation at a moment when your player was hit, seemingly clearly, and then not thrown out, and then Dempster's not thrown out of the game. So I loved what Girardi said afterwards.
Let me just read you a few things of what he said
Real
in
quick
the post
before that,
yeah.
But what was the most interesting thing, and then we'll get to Girardi, was that despite that, the Yankees did not retaliate.
No.
And that almost.
But John Kruk and Schilling badly wanted, or was it, I think it was Kruk, who said he
Schilling
badly wanted CeCe Sabathia to throw back.
I heard this morning, and they have 7 games left, so we may see it. But nonetheless, if ARod were Jeter, if ARod were Curtis Granderson, if ARod
just from the
were
fact
Chris
of being
Stewart,
hit, you're saying.
They would have retaliated.
Yeah.
But they didn't. Now, it was a competitive game, and I get it. I'm glad they didn't retaliate.
I was going to say,
smart move.
it was a very smart move.
But it's interesting nonetheless.
So here's what Girardi said, and I'm basically summarizing. Dempster's involved in the players' union. He thought it was handled poorly overall. Dempster should be suspended. Lives are changed, getting hit by pitches. You don't take the law into your own hands. And then he goes, we're going to skip the judicial system. Here's my cousin Vinny. So I think I like that one at the end.
This news story that ARod named other players, then all of a sudden you're a rat. And that's probably, to me, more than this idea that players are we're sick of performance-enhancing drugs and people getting an advantage. I don't think he hit him for that. I think he hit him, and so aggressively hit him in his first time up, for the notion that he was turning in other players. Which is, again, ARod's total detachment that will turn the whole union against you largely forever. And there's irony in that, is that the union says, we want to get performance-enhancing drugs out of the game, and I think they mean it this time.
No, they do.
And the players individually mean it, but they're but for the love of God, don't name another player.